So, Leon is a pretty broken brawler inside of Brawl Stars right now, but this video features the best tips and tricks to improve your Leon skill and push him to higher ranks. So, without further ado, let's begin. Alrighty, so before I go ahead like 10 steps, let's start off with the basics. So, Leon is a legendary brawler who has decently high health and has a high damage output at close range. His ideal game modes would be for the likes of Knockout, Showdown, Wipeout, or Bounty. Well look, Wipeout and Bounty are technically the same thing anyway, so please cut me some slack. Next up, let's talk about the tools and his overall build. So, with his first gadget, Clone Projector, Leon creates a clone of himself which allows him to confuse enemies or to escape from sticky situations. The clone chases down the nearest enemy but won't do anything when it reaches the enemy. It replicates Leon's health, including in big game if Leon is the big brawler, at the gadget's activation time, and copies the number of items such as the number of gems or power cubes, etc. However, the clone can't heal and all damage dealt to it will be doubled. With his Lollipop Drop gadget, when this gadget is activated, Leon drops a lollipop below him that creates an area that turns him and his allies invisible in a 4.33 tile radius. The lollipop has 1500 health, which will be destroyed if Leon drops another lollipop, or if it decays 75 health per second until it is destroyed. Now, with his star power Smoke Trails, Leon's movement speed is increased by 30% while his super is active, allowing him to move much faster while he is invisible. Lastly, with his Invisi-Heal star power, if Leon has missing health while using his super, he regains 1360 health every second for the duration of his super, for a total of up to 8160 health, or 10,880 with his mythic gear, if he doesn't cancel his super within an attack. The ideal build for Leon would be his Lollipop Drop gadget, Invisi-Heal star power, his mythic gear, and then damage gear. Alrighty, so now that I've probably bored you explaining how both of his gadgets and star powers work, let's actually go into the necessary tips on how to actually play him. So, first of all, with his main attack, Leon shoots 4 shurikens that go from left to right. The benefit of this is that it makes it easier for him to scout bushes and it allows him to hit brawlers easier. So keep that in mind, that the closer you are to a target, the more damage you do. His attack is helpful because even the smallest amounts of damage can be able to charge up his super, and you are able to find brawlers much more easily without having to die. So, given that Leon also has a very fast movement speed, it would be easier to dodge shots as well. Now, I'm going to go into something which people must take into account because a lot of people still make easy mistakes, and that is regarding Leon's super. Firstly, Leon's super allows him to be invisible for 6 seconds. Even stuns or knockbacks wouldn't cancel his super. The main thing to consider is that you want to take minimal to no early damage. So what I mean is damage early into a super whilst he is still invisible, because then enemies are able to predict what Leon can do and ruin his strategy of sneaking up on enemies themselves. With his super, don't just follow one path and kill enemies. You can also do a lot of other things with Leon's super. What you can do, carve a sneaky path in your super to get around to places for safe recovery or sneaking purposes, or even potentially kill brawlers where they can least expect you to be. Even use his Lollipop Drop gadget to get yourself further around the map. Utilize his Clone Projector gadget as well if you end up using it, to set up some bait, or even use his mythic gear to grant you 2 extra seconds to do what you are required to do. Alright, so this next tip that I'm about to give you can pretty much change the way you play Leon, and it is an extremely beneficial tip that you may want to consider. This is regarding his Hypercharge Limbo. The thing is, you can quite literally use this to your advantage, as even if Leon attacks during his super, he still remains invisible. This can confuse enemies even more, and you are able to position yourself better as well. Also, did you know that you can also stay invisible for 10 or more seconds because of this Hypercharge? Well, it's quite literally not possible that an entire super lasts 10 seconds because it lasts 6 seconds. But there's a tip that I will share now to be able to extend that duration. So, if you have your super and your Hypercharge ready, and that you know that you can fully charge up your super off a brawler after you use it, do so. Use your super, and then after around 2 seconds, use his Hypercharge, because when your first super finishes, the Hypercharge will still be running for a short time, and then you can use your second super immediately, and the Hypercharge will still run for a few more seconds and then stop. But you will still be invisible as you've used a second super. Therefore, this is how you can extend your super to last 10 seconds or more. If you were to use this mythic gear, it could potentially be more than 12. I'm not so sure either. Well, hopefully you take this tip in mind. Alright now, so to conclude, these are some beneficial and necessary tips and tricks that you can use to the best of your ability and improve your Leon skill significantly. With that in mind, hope you enjoyed today's video. Be sure to consider dropping a like and subscribing if you want to see more videos like these, and also share them as well. It'll be really appreciated. I'm also doing a Thief Edgar giveaway on my channel where 3 of you can win. Check out my community post for all the information, and let's hope one of you guys win. Enter it before March 15th, and anyways, see you later. Have a good rest of your day.